Hi everybody, I wanted to show you this new Protech George Rockeye collaboration knife. It is my first automatic knife, and I mean, aside from the cheesy old switchblades I got in Europe back in the day, this is the first serious automatic I've ever had, and oh my god, Protech does it right. Wow. It fires. When it fires, it shakes my whole arm. This thing is awesome. It's a 3.4 inch CPM D2 steel. D2 steel is a high chromium, high carbon tool steel, and CPM refers to the fact that it's a powdered steel, so that the grain structure is very uniform, I guess when looked at under a microscope. And that uniform grain structure leads to well, an overall better structure in the steel, added strength, and reduced brittleness. The handle is 5 inches long. It's 6061 T6 aluminum, and you can see a seam down the center. And this thing, I don't know, when I was looking at it online, I saw the seam, and for some reason, I don't know why, I thought it wouldn't have it, but it turned me off slightly. And then having it in hand, the fit and finish of this knife is so fine. This is so solid, and the seaming is perfect. It's beautiful. The pivot can be adjusted with a regular Allen wrench, and I don't see any screws to take it apart, but oh yeah, on this side, that's right. But you'd be a fool to try and take this thing apart. I think if you need any servicing done on this, you should send it in, because it's assembled in a very specific way, and unless you're really familiar with automatic knives, it might be problematic to open it like that. Of course, this is based on Les George, the custom knife maker, who made himself famous with the Rockeye custom knife, and then the Midtech VECP. Those are two grail knives of mine. One day I would love to have a VECP. I think it's just the most beautiful knife there is right now, the most beautiful folding knife. To me, it's 1,000 miles ahead of the Sebenza, just in terms of pure aesthetic, just beauty. So you have the Les George logo there. This is a brand new knife, so this is a limited first run. Mine is number 209 of 400. It's got this beautiful, very plain pocket clip. Reminds me a little bit of an Emerson pocket clip. And a nice big lanyard hole, which I am not taking advantage of. And you have this design. That is why I bought this in the first place. Truth be told, I wasn't really that interested in its automatic qualities. It is awesome. It is an awesome automatic. Protech, from what I've read and from what I've heard from other owners, just makes incredible US made automatic knives. But really, I bought this because it's the poor man's VECP. It's the poor man's Rockeye. You get the same design, the same lines, beautiful lines. This beautiful drop point, aggressive drop point blade with the swedge and that awesome looking thumb ramp with a really incredible, large but very grippy jimping. You get this beautifully shaped handle. I mean, it's so simple. It is sort of like a Sebenza in its simplicity and sort of, straight line nature, but in my opinion, way more comfortable. I do not have a Sebenza, but I have handled them before, and to me, this just fits the bill a lot better. I'm not busting on a Sebenza. I would love to have one of those too. Beautiful piece of craftsmanship, but to me, oh God, the Les George knives, something about them. I have an emotional connection with them, and this is my first, hopefully, of many. This DLC coating is really beautiful, and I have not really used this knife for anything yet. I cannot carry this legally in my jurisdiction, so I haven't carried it that much, and I certainly have not busted it out and used it in the presence of anyone other than, at home. Because I think the people I work with might think that this is taking it one step too far. I'm not exactly sure why they would think that when I could open up an Emerson faster, by using the wave feature, or I could flip open my paramilitary just as easily, just as quickly. But this comes out with authority, and there is, a stigma with automatic knives. Closing it one hand is not exactly practical. It's doable, but I would hate for this thing to spring open and jump out of my hands and land on the floor. Truth be told, I am babying this, and I intend to continue babying this because it is so beautiful. I don't want anything to happen to it. I don't want it to be marred, and it's not very practical in terms of daily carry anyway. I mean, it fits beautifully in the pocket, perfect size. That 3.4-inch blade is perfect. The 5-inch handle length is perfect, and the width, it's a 1/2 inch thick, perfect. The pocket clip, perfect. Everything about it is perfect except that it's illegal for me to own anyway, or for me to carry, I guess I should say. Jumps out, ready to go. I think Les George's logo is very cool. Right after I got this and played with it for a night and just held it and pretended to use it, after a glass of whiskey, I decided that I needed to contact Mr. George via his website, and I expressed my love for this overall design, the Rockeye /BECP/Protech, and I I was a little embarrassed the next day that I emailed him and gushed poetic about how gorgeous I think the lines of this knife are, but he was quite a gentleman and got back to me and said thanked me for his support, and said that he was quite proud with his collaboration with Protech and how these knives turned out. So this is not only a good representation in terms of aesthetics of his knives, but they pass muster with the maker himself. So I got that. That thumb ramp is perfect. This knife just fits in the hand perfectly. Protech USA. CPM D2. I think it's kind of cool that these screws are just plain old Allen wrench screws. Actually, I think the pocket clip is Torx, but alright, I don't really have much more to say about this, except that I'm totally in love with it. And here it is next to a paramilitary. And I'll continue the black theme. Military. From Spyderco. Man, that's a good looking lineup right there. 3 beautiful knives. But this one is about the custom, not the custom, the Protech Automatic collaboration Rockeye. Look at that. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope you have a chance to check out this beautiful knife. It comes in some other versions with a knurled handle, which is very handsome as well. I love the simplicity of this. But as I said, with a knurled handle, it's got some that are half serrated. Has one with a sort of a desert tan handle, and then it has a couple of models with the Protech skull sort of inset in the handle. All interesting, all cool, but this is my favorite model. Maybe next I'll get the knurled handle. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care.